Welcome to yet another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets and water malts. And today we're gonna have a little prequel to the McKellar single hop series, because next week we're actually gonna be reviewing the entire series with a subscriber who was actually kind enough to let us sleep over at his place when we went to Copenhagen for the beer festival, and he's actually bringing the entire McKellar single hop series. Of course, we're gonna pay some money for it because it would be rude to do anything else. But we, as a prequel, we've got the series by BrewDog called IPA is Dead. It's 4 single hop IPAs. It's kind of a prequel, I said. They've got a Sorachi A single hop IPA, and also Sauvin, Citra, and Bramling X. And we're going to start out with the Bramling X. It's not actually, not Bramling X, Bramling Cross, which is actually an English hop variety. So let's get it pulled out here.
Made it in 1927 by Professor Sauvin.
Yeah, he created it. As with most, I mean, it is bottle conditioned, but I don't think I don't see any yeast in here at all. All the beers are on 75 IBUs and 7.5% alcohol by volume. And the color on this, it's fairly clear.
Yeah,
it's a nice copperish color. Not really any head. It's a white. Off-white. Yeah. Let's check out the aroma on the Bramling X. Oh yeah, that smells pretty hoppy. And do you know what? I actually get some of the traditional English kind of qualities, though it smells more hoppy.
It's kind of muted, kind of the traditional.
English. It actually brings forth the characters of citrus, as some English hop varieties do, but I get like a marmalade quality to it too.
Yeah, I was thinking about what it was.
And that's usually what you get in the English IPAs. Yeah, it's actually got a lot of like marmalade qualities, and you do smell a little bit of a sweet maltiness in there. But other than that, it's citrus, but it's very marmalade-y, I think. Mm-hmm. Should we give it a taste?
Let's do that. Cheers, dude.
Cheers. Wow, that's a weird flavor.
Yeah.
It's actually taste. Do you know what? I get like a pea kind of flavor. No, not pea.
I haven't tasted peas.
Not pea. Peas.
Oh, peas.
Or like a vegetable flavor almost.
Yeah. It reminds you of some green verts. What haricots?
Yeah, something like that. It's actually kind of strange. But citrus is there too, and it definitely takes some caramel maltiness.
Yeah, definitely.
This isn't really a showcase of like the really bitter, hoppy.
No, there's some bitterness, definitely.
Yeah, of course, it's on 75 IBUs, but you can actually it does remind you much more of an English style beer than American. Cask ale. Even though it's fairly aggressive on the hops, but you can still trace somewhat of an English beer in this because it's an English hop variety. I mean. It does remind you a lot of like an English traditional ale, like a bitter or ESB. Yeah. Just this is more aggressive because it's brewed to be an American style IPA because they've used a lot more hops in it. Also like slightly spicy note in the back of the palate. Kind of like when you taste Sass hops.
Maybe a kind of peppery, dusty note as well.
Yeah, and it feels very sharp. Mm. I really like. This is tasting single hop IPAs is a really good way if you want to start homebrewing, how to learn your hops, learn how to use the different hops in beers.
Or what kind of hops you prefer.
Yeah, if you just drink beer. I think it's good. It's not overwhelmingly great. I'm gonna give it a 75. Mm. What about you?
I'm going 70. It's drinkable. It's fair. It's nothing extraordinary, but
it's good.
it's a single hop.
Yeah, single hop IPAs aren't usually extraordinary great. It depends on the hop.
Yeah.
It depends on what hop you like. Maybe I like this a little more than Jakob, but that's it. But
I would recommend buying the
series here,
Yeah.
definitely. But we're gonna be back in a second with the Sorachi Ace. So guys, we're back with the next single hop beer by BrewDog. This is the Sorachi Ace from the IPA's Dead series. Sorachi Ace is a hop that's been used quite a lot lately in different beers. It's a Japanese hop variety, which is kind of cool. I remember I've only had a couple of beers with Sorachi Ace, and most of them actually all of them was when we went to Copenhagen for the beer festival. And we had the McKellar single hop Sorachi Ace, which was kind of okay, but the one from Beer Here, the Bukake, and Roster, that was really, really nice.
Yeah.
It's got kind of a lemongrass. I actually think we've got a bubblegum in Denmark called Yenka. It actually reminded me a little bit of that, and maybe also toothpaste. So here it is. Basically, it's kind of the same color, that dark orange, copperish color.
A little more white head than first, yeah.
Let's check out the aroma on the Sorachi Ace. Yeah, that's kind of a strange aroma for a hop variety.
There's the melony kind of melon-grassy.
Lemongrass, you mean?
Lemongrass, yeah.
No, not lemongrass. Lemongrass. Sorry, yeah, kind of like lemongrass, but yeah. And it's got a very sharp aroma to it, like a fairly pungent aroma. You actually get some peach,
Maybe some cellar kind of notes.
Yeah, like musty kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it does have definitely peaches, but. And it's like a candy, sugarish candy, kind of like do you remember I don't remember.
Pepperminty.
Yeah, almost. Like a pepperminty. It's a very,
Christmas
very.
cake.
Yeah. It's a very, very weird aroma of a hop. Especially because there's lemongrass. And do you know what? At the beer festival, it reminds me of the Danish bubblegum Yenka.
Yeah.
It is.
I remember that actually.
It's a very, very unique hop aroma. I don't think if I really like it too much, but it's not bad, but it's not.
I think it would balance out a lot of bitterness and a lot of malty.
But the aroma feels just so strange. But I guess that's because you're used to aromas of IPAs being very hoppy and citrusy and grapefruity or piney or whatever.
Yeah, I think this would be muted out very easily.
But
IPA. Yeah.
Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah.
That lemongrass really, if you've ever had, well, most of you probably had, and the aftertaste is very unique too. That when you, if you've ever had like Oriental food, especially Thai food, they put a lot of lemongrass in the food, in like the curries they make. You get kind of that lemongrass flavor in there. Along with that, I wouldn't say that Yenka bubblegum is too much in the flavor.
No, not at all.
But that lemongrass really shines through. Very lemony.
Yeah. I'm not as fond with this one as with the Bramling Cross, but it's definitely special. I would give it a 66.
Yeah, I'm going 70. I feel this. I like the Bramling X better, or Bramling Cross. But still, it's fair. It's a good beer. So 70 for me for the Sorachi Ace.
66.
Yeah, from Jakob. So in a minute we will be back with the Citra, which is one of my favorite hop varieties. So that should be nice. So guys, we're back with the IPA is Dead by BrewDog Citra. Citra is one of my favorite hop varieties. It is so nice, grapefruity and citrusy. Last beer I had only hop with Citra was the Kama Citra. From Beer Here, which was an amazing Indian brown ale.
Yep.
So here it is, basically the same color as the others.
Yeah.
Copper, grayish, whitehead, aroma time. Oh yeah! Now that smells much better if you like American style West Coast IPAs. This is so grapefruity and citrusy. Oh man.
Tropical fruits and
like a pineapple.
Yeah.
Citra is one of my all-time favorite hops.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, along with Nelson Sauvin, and the Nelson Sauvin we're saving for last because that's like my all-time favorite. But wow, this is a great aroma. A lot of grapefruit, pineapple, the sweeter citrus fruits like an orange, tangerine in there, and it's got like fresh squeezed hoppy juice kind of smell.
Yeah.
It smells a lot like a West Coast IPA. This smells really, really nice. What do you get, dude?
It remembers me a lot of the Monko IPA, actually.
Mango. Yeah, kind of does, actually. I don't know what varieties the mango was brewed with,
But maybe some Citra.
maybe. Ryan probably knows that, but it's got a lot of that West Coast IPA quality with the grapefruit and the citrus, with a touch of pineapple in there too. It smells really nice.
Dig in?
Yeah.
Cheers. Oh, it has a light mouthfeel, I'd say.
Yeah.
Light to medium. It has a...
Yeah, but it's not a showcase of mouthfeel and big and bold, it's a showcase of the hops. Right?
Yeah, I'm just... It was the first thing to strike me. It has...
Such a light mouthfeel compared to what you would expect.
Yeah.
Because the last beer you probably had that was like this was probably the mango, and that had a lot more mouthfeel. But the hoppy flavors of it is really nice. I mean, it's got the dryness of an IPA. Not too much grapefruit, actually, as in the aroma. It's a lot of the sweeter citrus fruit. A lot of orange, tangerine kind of flavors in there. The grapefruit is still there, but it's not a real bit. It's more of a sweet grapefruit flavor. Just a touch of pineapple. The pineapple was more in the aroma. And it's sweet. It's not the intense bitterness. And I think if you are making a single hop IPA, you need to be careful with the bitterness, because if it gets too bitter, you will have difficulty trying to taste the hop variety.
Yeah.
This is really nice.
Yeah, really.
Citra is a really nice hop variety, especially because you get the citrus, grapefruit, tangerine, orange flavors, and because it's so fresh tasting. So guys, rating wise for me, for the Citra single hop by BrewDog, I'm gonna have to give it a 78. I think it's the best of the beer so far, and basically also because I really love Citra hops. So it's got a lot of those citrusy, grapefruity, sweeter citrus fruit flavors.
Yeah, I'm landing at a 70. The lactose, milky, creamy kind of finish is just putting me off.
I don't get that at all, dude.
It's weird. I get it. I think some other hop or malts would, or even yeast would even it out. But
yeah, well, it's just a showcase of the hop. So
definitely.
So we're back with the final of the BrewDog single hop series, the IPA is dead. This is the Nelson Sauvin. We saved this for last because it's my favorite hop and
it's my favorite.
Jakob's favorite hop too. So here it is, same color, basically.
A little more
cloudy.
Yeah.
Head, same kind of color, just not as bright. It's self-weight. Let's check out the aroma. I was kind of disappointed there.
Nope.
I actually I was kind of disappointed because I actually expected much more tropical fruit.
It smells like Nelson Sauvin for me.
It's got that kind of white grape kind of note Nelson Sauvin has. It does have some grapefruity notes, but one of my favorite Nelson Sauvin beers is the Hop Wired IPA by 8 Wired Brewing Company. That is so tropical fruity, but this doesn't seem as tropically. But what I get is like somewhat of a tropical fruitiness, like a mango, some peachy notes in there, some white grapes too. What about you?
For me, this one smells a lot like 5 AM Saint from BrewDog, and there's a lot of...
Yeah, they actually also use Nelson Sauvin in 5 AM Saint.
Yeah, and it's awesome. It's one of my favorite beers for... not from BrewDog, but from the store next door, which sells some BrewDog for quite cheap, for not much money. And it has some apricots and some
peachy notes too.
Yeah.
It's got somewhat. It smells more sweet than the others, I think.
Yeah.
It's fairly more sweet in the.
There's some mango also.
Yeah, the tropical fruit. Should we give it a taste?
Yep.
Cheers. You actually taste more malt in this, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a lot more sweet malt. There's caramel notes too.
You can taste it has a lot of potentials.
Yeah, but you can still kind of taste it feels still it feels kind of one-sided. Mostly because it's a single hop IPA, I guess. But you do taste somewhat of the white grape, some tropical fruitiness like the mango,
There was the Nelson Sauvignon from Mikkeller.
Yeah, that was really
That was
good.
awesome.
That was a really nice Nelson Sauvin beer. Like, what flavors do you get? Like, other than what we just mentioned?
There's a lot of tropical fruits. There's some a little green apple sourness in the aftertaste.
Yeah, like and some white grape too.
Mm.
What grape would you give this?
I'm actually a little disappointed about this.
I was really disappointed actually.
The aroma was indicating a lot fuller beer than the taste actually gives, but still I think it's one of the better of the bunch. But I would have to grade it a 69. It's a little okay. I would grade it 70. 70 like the Sorachi Ale and the Citra.
Oh, you gave this
Bramling Cross and the Citra.
Yeah. No Sorachi. Yeah, Bramling Cross and Citra, that was 70. So you feel those are the same. For me, I was really disappointed in this. I'm actually gonna give it a 72. Not 72, but I'm also gonna give it a 70. Because I expected much more from a Nelson Sauvin beer. My favorite so far, let's just get the beer lined up here. In my order, these beers here, my favorite was the Nelson Sauvin, Citra, then Nelson Sauvin, then I guess the Bramling X and Sorachi Ace.
Yeah, for me it's actually Sorachi Ace. I won't disagree with you. It's one of the.
Is that bad?
No, not at all. But it's nothing extraordinary. The Citra, it has a little lactose to it, so I would say it's here, and the Bramling X. Nelson Sauvin it has potential. It has a lot of potential. I think with some proper malts and some other hops, it would really thrive and really.
So you're basically saying Nelson Sauvin, Bramling Cross, Citra, and then Nelson Sauvin.
Yes.
No.
Sorachi Ace. Yeah.
So we basically both agree that the Sorachi Ace was the worst. Not a bad beer at all.
Not at all.
I'm looking forward to be trying the McKellar single hop beers. Maybe they are better. Who knows? We'll see. I've not had any of the new single hop beers from them. So yeah, guys, that does it for this beer review of 4 different IPAs. I'm sure the McKellar single hop beer review is going to be much longer, so we're probably going to split it in 2 parts. So yeah, that's it. Let us know what you think of the IPA is Dead series by BrewDog if you've had any other beers. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and we're going to say cheers. Cheers. And we'll see you in another beer review.